India, a melting pot of historically rich cultures, and its tribal communities, native inhabitants of forest, also known as Adivasis, are integral part of India's diverse cultural treasury. But who would have expected that the languishing musical art form that symbolizes the heartbeat of Durga Puja across generations in eastern part of this vast country, particularly in West Bengal, could possibly find resounding resonance within the music cultivated by a secluded Western Ghat tribe of southern parts of India who has got nothing to do with this festival and possibly is unaware of its existence? Anyone who has experienced Durga Puja celebration in Calcutta or Kolkata knows that it is not only by far the happiest days in the Bengali calendar, but it is also the world's largest street art festival with stunning art and craftsmanship, thereby Durga Puja in Kolkata earning the intangible culture heritage status by UNESCO. For the uninitiated, let me tell you first who is this Durga whom we worship, if that's possible at the first place. She is Ishi, the all-pervasive nature. She is known as Shatakshi, as she has got 100 eyes. She is Shailaputri, the daughter of the mountain king. Mahamaya is here, the one who is the illusion herself. She is Bhuvaneshwari, the ruler of the world, and she is Shakti too, the source of all cosmic energies. She is also Shama, the dark complexion beauty, and she is Elokeshi, the woman with disabled and unbridled hair. Not perfect at all in ancient Bengal's imagination because she is Kallatri, the ruler of time at night. As Chinnamasta, she is the embodiment of all sexual energies, and when she becomes Chondi, she tears apart mediocre thoughts and ego, the demon inside all of us. Durga means the invincible one. She is the supreme goddess of Hinduism who, sitting on a lion, vanquished the fierce demon whom no male god could defeat. She is the most powerful but also the most merciful one. That's why everyone also calls her Ma or Mother. One goddess with numerous names and symbolisms, as everyone connects with her differently at different time. To my understanding, she is the strongest feminism movement on the face of earth before feminism became even a thing to discuss. But amid sculptures, decorations, pandals, illuminations, and crazy food options, Bengalis embrace their own daughter, Devi Durga's homecoming this time of the year, instead of alienating her by putting her on a pedestal of worship-worthy goddess only. Now, this unique spectacle is incomplete without the frenzied dance with the censer known as Dhunuchi Nritta, along with dynamic beats of Indian drum or Dhak. Wait, what's going on? I was talking about an Eastern India religious festival music. So how on earth the same oscillating rhythm, the cantus firmus or the basic line around which all the rhythmic patterns are waved, almost the same agumoni beats are being used by an isolated Dravidian-speaking tribes living in far southern hilly forest of India as part of their daily worship of nature? There's even many articles on internet that claims that we only hear the Dhak during Durga Puja. And before I met Soliga, that's what I believed too. What could possibly be the connection? Etymologically, the word Dhak, which denotes one of the many kinds of traditional drums to be found in West Bengal, comes from the Dhak tree, whose wood is used in the construction of the main drum body. Remember the flame of the forest or the palash tree I have shown in my Kaziranga video before spotting the first tusker? It's the same tree, available in plenty in the Indian subcontinent. Dhak is often adorned with traditional white flowers called kashful, as it is believed that the pure color of these flowers welcome Ma Durga. On festive occasions, you may notice multicolored feathers or white feathers adorning the Dhak. These feathers are mostly made of killed egrets, and using them is illegal now. Artifacts from China suggest that percussionist played drums made from alligator skins as far back as 5500 BC. And iconography from ancient Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Greek and Roman cultures show the use of drums in religious ceremonies and cultural gatherings. Dhak played an integral role to Durga Puja or the worship of the mother goddess, as the Dhaki conjures different beats during different aspects of the puja. As part of an ancestral tradition, they arrive from the rural areas of Bengal, often a day prior to the festival, waiting to be requisitioned by the puja organizers. When puja committees pay them a token advance, many of them come before to kickstart the festive spirit during Chokhudan, which is the offering of the eyes to the goddess Durga on Mahalaya, meaning the artisan paints the eye of the Durga idol along with the melodious chants and at the beat of the Dhak, a sound that made neighborhood kids run barefoot to the pandal in anticipation in the past. Since Bengal's musical platform has seen evolution of 12 kinds of percussion instruments, some of them believe that two celestial brothers, Joy and Bijoy, have descended from heaven to invent drum, while others largely point out to a rather surprising connection. How ironic does it sound if I tell you that it is believed that none other than the great demon king of Lanka, Ravana, who happened to be a great musician along with his several other exceptional talents, introduced a percussion instrument, the one that was mainly prevalent in tribal society, which ultimately evolved to become the centuries-old rhythmic cadence of Dhak, the traditional drum of Bengal. Yes, the magic of percussion that kicks off Devi Paksha and celebrates the Agamoni or homecoming of goddess Durga, the one that beats in tandem with Bengali psyche with maddening rhythm of slow and fast tals, forming the quintessential Durga Puja bhajna or musical instrument, is believed to be originally used by Ravana. While I don't have a conclusive correlation with complete certainty that this is the reason why Soligas are using Dhak, wafting the same Durga Puja essence, but my research led me to this fascinating revelation regarding strong southern connection of this musical instrument. Couple of research articles supported these facts too. The bodies of devotees, Dhak players, deities, and even the Dhak become tied to the tonalities of the drum, which is taught through generations of deft learning among Dhakis to sound distinct when echoed for Durga and Shiva. So while the different layers sound divergent with varied tempos, textures, volume and modulations between Durga Puja Dhak and Soliga tribal drum, there's strong sensory resemblance nevertheless. Now for those who don't know about it, apart from West Bengal, most of the India celebrates Dashera this time, as the day evil incarnate Ravana was killed by goodness incarnate Rama, as per the ancient scripture of Ramayana. Really ironic, isn't it? The original Dhakis from East Bengal might be a fading community today, but they are not part of any marginal tribal community. However, India has many tribal indigenous communities living in different forests since centuries with their own distinct cultures, identities, practices, and lifestyle. Dwelling mostly in the hill stations of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Soliga tribe is one of them, and they got prominent presence in southern Karnataka's Biligiri Ranga hills and neighboring range. Along with adhering to Hindu customs, the Soliga people practice naturism, animism, and worship Madheshwara, Rangaswamy, and other deities. They have got no apparent connection with Durga. I won't be surprised if most of them haven't even heard the name ever.
Like only Soliga tribe stay here or stay here? Okay.
However, Soliga tribe's relationship with nature is so intimate that they believe that they were born of the bamboo and they worship Bidiramma Tai, that is Mother Bamboo. A 600-year-old Sampige tree stands tall and wide in the Biligiri Rangaswamy hills. Dodda Sampige is one of their gods. Soligas celebrate a Rotti Habba under the tree, where the community of Soligas offers food to the tree god and the men dance around it, singing Goru, Goruka, Gorukana. Now, this unique treat has been arranged by the resort where I visited with friends recently. So you see both men and women mingling with civilization and dancing here for their sustenance, as they are not at all economically empowered and increasingly marginalized. But traditionally, women of this tribe sit around and watch the dance, and then they get to select the best dancer for their mate. Just imagine the empowerment of Adivasi women, whom most civilized people perceive as not progressive, as they are not educated. Earlier, Soliga women used to indicate their choice by throwing a pebble at the man. Now they throw sweets at Michael Jackson's of their choice. If both the men and women agree, they go away to live in the forest a few days before they come back to seek the blessings of the leaders of their group. Then the Soliga couple decide whether they will take the oath that they will be together under all circumstances. And many of us still believe that there was no concept of living in before marriage in Indian culture before we got influenced by the West. During drought, they always manage to trace out the Nir Matti Mara, a tree which has about 10 pots of water stored in its trunk. Even elephants come looking for this tree when thirsty. Soliga tribes can sense the smell of elephant from a distance, and even many snakes like food. They can tell time by the blooming and closing of a particular forest flower. Their lore helps children understand and relate to the forest. Mainstream schooling often does not provide enough space for such knowledge. A deeper appreciation of the land and forest helps build a stronger conservation ethic and coexistence. A system unique to Soligas is that they offer the first yield from their farms to animals and birds. And Durga is Prakriti or nature herself. So while it is very surprising upfront, it is absolutely delightful and befitting to find that to worship Mother Nature, they use phonetics to pick up the rhythm of Dhak without any musical notation, just like Dhakis of Bengal.